can't stop. A family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
Hello and welcome to Falcon Weekly here on BGSUFalcons.com. I'm Evan Pivnick, joined by the head coach of the Bowling Green Falcons, Chris Bergeron. And Coach, first of all, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
We had a pretty interesting weekend, the first 3-on-3 overtime that you got to see in the WCHA, and then the team was able to pick up a 3-0 win on Saturday night against the Seawolves. Just talk about the weekend as a whole.
As a whole, we're happy with the weekend. Our process was good both nights. What comes to mind Friday is, I think for the most part we got out-competed, which is something that we take a lot of pride in, and hats off to Anchorage for that. And I thought we turned the puck over way too much, and ultimately that kept the game almost just right there. They were in it, and we come out and score in the first shift of the game, and then it was kind of back and forth as far as goals were after that. We even went down 2-1 in the second period. You don't like going in the third period with a lead, and when we looked at the 4 Friday nights of the first half, to that point we'd had leads in 3 of those 4 and come out with 2 ties and a loss, which obviously isn't acceptable. So we tried to regroup a little bit and tighten up in a couple of areas and play better Saturday, and I thought we did that.
Ryan Bednar got the start on Saturday night, able to pick up his first collegiate win as well as his first collegiate shutout. I know he didn't see a lot of shots, but at the same time, how'd you like his confidence in net?
He looked confident, and he's earned that confidence with his play. It wasn't as much of what Chris wasn't doing to take him out. It was just more of giving him a little break mentally and physically. It's been a long first half for Chris, and we feel like Ryan's got a chance to be a really good player. And he's kind of the goaltender of the future type of thing, being a couple years younger than Chris. So it's important that we get him games. And from my perspective, it's important that he earns his way into those games, and that's what he did. The game against Western Michigan that he got to start was almost as much of Chris struggling with his game as it was Ryan on top of his game. And I think this start was 100% based on Ryan on top of his game. I thought he played the puck well. He showed some poise when he had a chance to play it. He obviously stopped it pretty well. You're right, he didn't have a whole bunch of shots, but we were hoping he would play behind a team that was going to be better than they were Friday, which I think he did. So all in all, I think it was a good thing to get him in there, and it was nice to see him play well.
Now, what's the goalie plan going into this weekend against Lake Superior State?
No plan. Just we'll go with the first of all the 2 best guys as far as we're concerned, to give us a chance to come on the trip, and then who starts Friday, well, we'll see.
All right, another Falcon who was able to pick up some first accolades. Casey Linkenheld picked up his first goal, and Jake Dalton picked up an assist on that goal as well. Mm-hmm. Just talk about those 2 guys and what they've done so far.
Well, Jake's been in, I'd say 90% of the games. I don't know the number in front of me, how many games he's played in. He's a guy that I think is getting better. He's getting more confident. We're trying to get him to be a little bit harder on pucks and so on, breakout wise, and maybe that play through the neutral zone. We'd like to see him be a little bit harder on the puck, but he's got a bunch of poise. He's a guy that thinks the game really well, and I think he's with those 2 things, he's able to defend. So he's on a nice path. Casey hasn't played yet, and there's been a 3 or 4 man rotation for those last couple spots in our lineup up front, and he hadn't been part of it, and we just felt like, why not? And I think we're in the opportunity business, and he took advantage of an opportunity, so good for him.
Now, anything else that you take away from this weekend? Maybe some special teams?
The special teams, I think, were fine. I mean, we were 1 for 6 and 0 for 6 on the power play from Friday night to Saturday night, which you'd like to see us do more. And Mantha had some to say about that. He made some great saves on Saturday, in particular on the power play. I liked our penalty kill. I thought we were 11 for 11 or something along those lines. So you win the special teams game on Friday and tie the game, and then you tie the special teams game Saturday and win that game. So who knows? But from a specific perspective, I thought both units were, the PK in particular was really good. The power play was fine.
Now going into this weekend, Lake Superior State on the road. Again, another road trip for the Falcons in this first half, but it's the second to last, so you got to maybe look forward to a little home games in the second half.
Right.
What do you look for Lake Superior?
Really difficult opponent. They've turned that program around. They've got some talent. They work. They got off to a great start. Now the last 6 games have been a little bit bumpy, but this is going to be their first home series in over the course of the last 4 or 3 anyway. So they're going to be hungry to play back at home. This is going to be, we think we're a top team in this league. Well, we're going to have to prove it this weekend because the team we're playing is a top team in this league.
All right, Coach Bergeron, appreciate the time. Falcons and the Lakers Friday and Saturday night from Taffy Able Arena in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Again, Coach, appreciate the time, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.